Well, that's an interesting way of listing out all your references. Although, Steve Moffat, you missed out Inception. If you're listing out all your references, you might as well put them all in there. So, the Christmas special. Wow, what an interesting episode. Inception mixed with Game of Thrones mixed with The Thing mixed with Aliens. Or Alien. Anyway, let's do usual thing and start with the cast. Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman, as usual, do a great job because they're sort of like accidentally put back together, and the fact that, well, they both worked off each other really well, and especially at the end, which I'll talk more about later, they both did a great job then. Nick Frost as Santa. He better play Santa again, that was awesome. Dan Starkey played Ian, one of the elves. Interesting to see Dan Starkey not playing Strax, but as usual he does great as the comic relief. And the other comic relief, Wolf, played by Nathan McMillan, he does a great job. Shona, played by Faye Marseille. Interesting introduction, to be honest with you, dancing with Slade, or dancing to Slade. But she was good and I liked her, and I honestly thought she would be like new companion, considering she called the Doctor a magician. And then episode 1 of Series 9 is called The Magician's Apprentice. Ashley, played by Natalie Gomedi. Well, she does some stuff, but she's really there just to question stuff. Bellows, played by Mirem Betty. She doesn't really do much either. And Professor Albert, played by Michael Troughton. Yeah, he compares stuff to the facehuggers, talks some exposition, and then gets dragged through a screen and gets killed. Stephen Moffat wrote, and this is okay. I wouldn't call this his best work. And Paul Wilmshurst directs. Great directing. He definitely suits this style. So, new villain, the Dream Crabs. Yeah, they are sort of like the facehuggers. And to be honest, when the Doctor said, "You made a horror movie about aliens, no wonder you're getting invaded so much, that's really offensive," I just cracked up at that. And to be honest, if Stephen Moffat did that joke, I'm surprised he didn't go all the way and said his War Doctor incarnation encountered an alien that bursts out of people's chest. Because John Hurt starred in Alien and he got killed by a chest burster. Yeah, he could have done that. Clara Ice, this could have been her final episode, considering the whole thing was built up to her to leave. The Doctor found her as an old woman. She could have just said, "I've lived a nice life, go find somebody else." But the fact that it was a dream felt a bit rushed, considering that the Doctor saw Clara as young as he normally does. And that scene mirrored the scene at the end of Time of the Doctor, when the Doctor was old and Clara's sort of helping him out. But she's in the next series. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it could have gone either way. Samuel Anderson returns as Danny in a dream. And to be honest, that figures, because she probably dreams of having a life with Danny every day, and the fact that he knew what to get her and suits a control freak and said, take 5 minutes every day to think about me and then just get on with your life. And the fact he sort of delivered the main message, every Christmas could be last Christmas, so it's important to enjoy it. So he was basically saying, go on Clara, enjoy it even when I'm not there. And to be honest, this was really based on the Siege story, and the Dream Crabs, the fact that you couldn't think about or look at them, was an interesting way of sort of putting the whole introduction, because it was the Doctor and Clara coming in, and then the whole thing just carried on. And I find it interesting, two things mainly interesting. One, the Bellows was, she dreamed about having use of her legs, but she actually was in a wheelchair. That makes sense, because I'm pretty sure most people who have lost use of their legs in an accident and been put in a wheelchair, I'm pretty sure they wish they could walk again. And the doctor, I find it interesting that he was the only one that the dream crabs didn't let go straight away, because Shona, Ashley, Bellows, they all got out first time, but the doctor didn't, because it's probably because he has more food. He's like, do you want a muffin or a whole slice of chocolate cake? Probably, because he didn't get let go, and he's probably got a more interesting and more nutritious brain. I don't know how dream crabs diet work, but anyway, it's nice to see the doctors riding a sleigh like Santa's sleigh, because it's sort of like the doctor getting used to the controls, which I've never seen before. And Michael Troughton, interesting that he dies, but he just, so I'm guessing the dream crabs got him. But the fact that he was the only one who died, I'm just wondering why him. And the book thing, that was clever. And the whole long story thing, also clever. But was number 12 supposed to be a reference to Peter Capaldi being the 12th Doctor, or was that just a coincidence? And also, the Nick Frost and Peter Capaldi work excellent together, because the banter between the Doctor and Santa was just brilliant, and the whole Santa going, or as the Doctor would say, it's all about Dreamy Wimmy. That was good. And to be honest, I like how the Santa says, oh, how'd you get the present on there? Oh, it's bigger on the inside. And the look on the Doctor's face was like, I'm the only one who does that, mate. Another thing, where did the Doctor wake up? Because it looked like the volcano from Dark Water, but that was a dream, so where did he wake up? That looked really interesting. And it's interesting how he saw Clara as a young woman instead of an old woman, like she was. Also, the tangerine at the end, nice. But Shona's list, was that the best way Moffat could think about listing all the references? Like, in case you missed them, here they are in a nice big list. Tick them off if you found them. It's like the recipe for the main body of this episode. Still enjoy it, but that was a bit weird, and the fact that this was a dream and the dream crabs could put dreams in a dream like Inception, they might as well have gone all the way, like physics going berserk, or the base bending in on itself, because Inception does that pretty well, and I'm surprised they didn't go all the way. Overall, dream crabs nice monsters. Probably won't, they might appear again since they're more on Earth. Overall, I give this episode an 8 out of 10. So, see you next time for Series 9. See you next time!